Hey, this is Haydn Fleury, and you're listening to Chasin' Birdies.
All right, y'all, we're back here for another episode of Chasin' Birdies. You guys chased them.
We chased them. Before we get into that, I want to thank Lynx Brewing for being a sponsor of the show. Make sure you go check them out at lynxbrewing.com. The Chasin' Birdie Blonde Ale was a flowing this past weekend, but it felt good.
Dude.
It felt good.
I still can taste it. I mean, we popped so many of those things off on Monday, Sunday. Chasin' Birdie Blonde Ale was in full force and effect here at Nemacolin Resort.
Yeah, and thank you to Nemacolin for giving us the opportunity to put on the show with Colt Ford, Josh Miranda, Matt Stell, George Birds, Jordan Reynolds. I mean, we had a bunch of people up here on Monday. Sunday was a blast, but Monday was out of this world. So
the golf was great.
The
hang was even better.
Shooting guns,
Bud, we shot some guns. I thought you were going to shoot me at one time, but I mean, you turn around with the loaded shotgun.
Well, that was just to kind of scare everybody. But
real funny.
So how's the golf game? I mean, did you enjoy yourself playing with the boys a little bit?
Buddy, I tell you what, I had a great time playing with everybody. It was nice to not play golf for a week, and I needed that break. But no, it was great. And you and Mr. Katzif, that's Brandon Katzif, by the way.
We've been on a little bit of a run.
You don't have a day off, bud. You just played in another member guest.
Yeah. Youghiogheny Country Club Friday, Saturday. Then I went to Nemacolin Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I mean, but the crazy, it's like you're working in the hotel room, and you're doing this and the other. But on Friday, Saturday, I was fortunate enough. Brandon is my partner. My man in 45 holes made 8 birdies. I made 14 birdies, and we only counted 2 bogeys. And so we were 20 under for best ball 45 holes.
That's ridiculous.
We won our flight we tied points 27-27. Well, we tied the match against that person, Mark Tordon, who you know.
Marky.
And then it went to how you did against the third place team. Well, we beat Matt Koval and his partner 5.5, 3.5, and I don't know if they lost or they just halved, but that gave us the win.
Yeah.
And we went into the shootout, and on hole 2, Brandon hits a good one down the left-hand side. I hit a second shot par 5 into the right-hand side bunker. He hit one out. I thought it was on the fringe. I was still in the rough, and I tried to putt it out of there, and it squared right on me. I left him a 6-footer. Not exactly ideal. Missed the putt, and we were out. So also there were 3 6s, and all the highest score, if there's ties, they're all out. Hey. So, long story short, we won the flight. We won a bunch of money. It was a blast to make a lot of birdies.
Did you buy that Rolex with that?
We made a bunch of birdies, bud.
Yeah, that's exactly what you should do.
It was a blast, and I got to play golf with Georgie Burge on Sunday, which it was fun. He got his new irons, and then played with Matt Stell on Monday, and it was a blast. So.
Man, no, dude. Your back has to be like absolutely just wrecked right now.
My shoulder is.
You ever look into massages maybe or something, bud?
Yeah. So
keep you going.
Speaking of back, coming back for another NHL season, our boy Haydn Fleury signs a 2-year deal with the Tampa Bay Lightning. While we were there, but I mean,
yeah, we're playing golf with him at Pete Dye before Ireland. Gets a call from the GM on number 3, Pete Dye's walking down the fairway, not playing.
And you know me, bud. I'm sticking my nose in there trying to sniff around.
What's he saying? But can you just let the guy do his own
contract? And so then he came to Ireland, and we're going to roll it over the episode so you can hear some of the stories. He's a beauty of a guy, great guy, good golfer. So let's roll it on over to Haydn Fleury.
Here we go, y'all. Enjoy it. All right, y'all, we're back here for another episode of Chasin' Birdies, and today we are switching it back on over to the cold ice with our man, Mr. Haydn Fleury. Haydn, what's up, bud?
Not much. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good, bud, since we saw you across the pond and on the island of Ireland.
Yeah.
I played one round of golf. How about you, bud?
I'm still recovering from the trip.
Sleep or zen?
We'll see. My back took like 2 weeks to come back. It was still in Ireland, but no, it was a trip of a lifetime. It was awesome.
It was awesome. Buddy, I'm glad that we invited you and you made it, dude. I mean, it was a 3-year process, and we'll get into that trip in Ireland a little bit, but you just signed a deal with the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is so exciting.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, so kind of happened pretty quick. I was going to Pittsburgh on vacation and found out I was going to be a free agent about 3 hours before the flight. And
You vacationed in Pittsburgh?
well, before Ireland. So it kind of all happened really fast. I didn't think I would sign on the first day of free agency, and thought it'd be a good idea to go golfing with you two, and ended up not playing a lot of golf and being on my phone for most of the day. But yeah, it was cool to go to Tampa. It's obviously the cream of the crop in the NHL right now, and I'm just excited to join the group.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Haydn was drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes, played there for a few years, and then in the expansion draft went over to Seattle, played a year there, and they did not pick his rights up, and that is why he signed his 2-year deal with the Tampa Bay Lightning, which I feel like, Bud, I was a part of the mix. Like, Bud, I was like,
You're right
should I get
there.
on this phone a little bit or what?
Pep,
what's that? Go ahead.
He could not wait. I mean, we're walking down 4. You're walking down 4. You skip the hole. Pep's like, I need to listen to what's being said right now. I feel like I'm back in the league a little bit.
I felt like I was back in the league, but I know what it felt
and
like.
I said, buddy, calm the fuck down. Make your bogey putt. Let's go to number 4, all right, number 5, and get on with life. But anyways.
Number 5 is the hardest hole on the planet, too.
Yeah. It is. It's tough. But for you, did you have expectations that day? I know that it kind of happened so quickly. Was Tampa on the radar? Were you thinking somewhere else? Were you thinking, let's go back home? I mean, there's so much that can happen. That's what people don't understand in the NHL. Like, it happens like that.
Yeah, I mean, it happened, kind of started the night before, and, it happened really fast, and then kind of just asked for a couple hours to kind of just get my wits about me and just really think it over and talk to my wife and talk to my agent. And we decided that, it's a great spot to, spend the next 2 years and, kind of get going again. The last couple of years have been, tough, and not playing on a great team last year. I'd like to, get back to winning hockey games.
Well, you're going somewhere where they win, bud.
And I was going to ask that. Do you think that playing on an expansion team like Seattle Kraken, that has an effect on you personally in terms of your performance? Just because maybe the mojo around it isn't really there yet?
I just think it was kind of a tough year for everybody involved last year in Seattle. I don't think it was, the season anybody wanted. I thought, our team was better than, we showed. And I don't know, there's a lot of little things that went into it. COVID, you could say, just lots of stuff. But, I think it was a kind of a learning year for that organization, and I think they'll be better for it in the future.
I do like their colors, though. I will say that.
Nice jerseys.
Great threads. Mutual buddy. I mean, Bash's twin, Brandon Tanev, is there, and God, the guy hits the ball a mile, but
the master of the duck hook.
Got hands of a not so good person.
Yeah, don't go there, bud. I mean, kind of out loud. But Tampa, though, buddy. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And
no, it really doesn't. Not in the
when
NHL,
you look,
at least. I mean, yeah, it's exciting to just join a group of guys like that and just, help out in any way I can. And, just really just excited to get there and join the group. I mean, 3 finals in a row, back-to-back Cup champs a couple of years ago. I mean, losing the finals last year, I know they'll be hungry. And, I'm just excited to get there and, join that.
Yeah. Good for you. I'm excited to see you there too, bud.
Well, I had originally met Haydn through our good buddy Vincent Trocheck in Carolina. We played Old Chatham, and it was funny because, like, third hole, I'm sitting there, and I just met Fleury, and he's just like, dude, Vince is such a rat on the ice. Like, I mean, I hated him, and now they were best friends. And, man, the guy can play some golf, which was fun to watch, and he is addicted to golf. I mean, the guy on the third tee box to me said, hey, is that the Hulk shaft? Like, anybody that knows that, you're into equipment too. So that was cool to see. So talk a little bit about your love for the game of golf, where it came from. I mean, you're in Canada, you're a professional hockey player. A lot of hockey players do play golf in the off season, but you're really good. You're really well versed in in the technology and everything that goes into the game of golf?
Yeah. So I started playing golf when I was 3 years old. My dad and my mom both golfed, and they loved to golf too. And played as a kid growing up. Nothing serious, just kind of having fun in the summertime with my friends, and just always loved playing golf in the summertime. And then once I turned pro, all your friends are working like a 9 to 5 or something. So you go to the gym at 10 a.m. You're done at 11. You're like, well, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? So most days it's going to the golf course and playing golf, and staying after, playing more golf, and just doing that. And now that I have a kid, now it's a little different. But
Wolf, 1 year old.
Yeah,
We celebrated his birthday in Ireland, bud. That was good. Good dad.
Yeah, but from the ages of 20 to 25, it was pretty a lot of golf. And I think in 2020 I had 130 rounds, and so I played a lot of golf.
See, that's the thing, though. You think about golf. You said it. Your mom and dad played it. It's a generational sport. Like, Wolf's going to start, I'm assuming, dragging a golf club around here in the next year or so. And, you're going to take him on the golf course. And that's like, for me, my son, dude, he's running around the sand traps. He's picking his nose. He's chasing the butterfly. But he's getting to the golf course. Like, he wants to be there. I want it to be fun for him and to see that you can play this game forever no matter how old you are. My dad's 69 years old. He played 232 rounds of golf last year, and we play golf all the time together. It's just a sport that you can play forever.
Yeah, anybody can play too. You don't have to, meet certain criteria. Everybody plays. If you're not very good, that's why they have the handicapping system. It's a game where everybody can play and everybody can be competitive. And, it's a lot of fun being outside for 4.5, 5 hours, maybe 4, depending on where you go. And, it's just really enjoyable.
Speaking about the handicap system, bud, like, what do you think about this system? It's a dog shit.
It's brutal for good golfers.
It is.
It's a scam.
Like, I put all my scores in, and I'm trending upwards to be where I should really be, like a 2, maybe a 3, which I'm happy at. And then I shoot one good score, and I'm like back down to 0.8. And it's like, how does it drop that much, but it never goes up?
Didn't go up in Ireland.
I mean, bud, it should be.
He fired a 97 on one day, and it went down.
Too, buddy. Okay, that was like the worst day of my life. I had a great time because I was playing with you two knuckleheads, but that was just absolutely a ball buster right there at Royal County Down.
That course is way too hard,
dude. But it was the wind. It was everything. It was everything.
So for you going to Ireland. Well, us going to Ireland, I mean, we played Pete Dye Golf Club, which was, before we went off, it was awesome. And then you played Longview. And then, as we've mentioned before, we've played Portrush, Port Stewart, Ardglass, the Island, Royal County Down, and Port Marnock. Mm-hmm. For you, what was the best course and why? I mean, they're all good. It's just in what...
I mean, for me, there was 3. Like, obviously, Royal County Down is what it is. Like, it's #1 course in the world. I thought Royal Portrush was unbelievable. Just like the fact that they had the Open there and Shane Lowry won at like 16 under, whatever he did. Just to know that score after playing the course is pretty crazy, and just gives you a lot more respect for those guys. And then I think a course that you'd like to play every day was probably Port Marnock, where it was like still challenging, but a little bit easier, a little bit more fair, like not as like tough of a test as the other two, where it's a course where you can play every day. And then I think the other two are what they are. They're, the history behind them kind of says it all.
What about in Canada? Where do you like to play in Canada? I mean, because that western portion of Canada outside Vancouver, I mean, dude, the courses have to be. And I know you said Banff's a beautiful spot.
Mm-hmm. I remember at a course called Mickelson National. It is Phil's first design outside of the United States. And, me being left-handed in golf, I love it. Every hole suits my eye, and it's a great course. But then kind of 45 minutes from Calgary, you get Banff National Park, their golf course. You have all these other golf courses right in the mountains with incredible views. Banff being probably the nicest scenic course maybe in the world even. Like the views you get out there are unmatched. The golf course is kind of a resort-style course, but the views are incredible. And it's always a special day when you can go out there and, be in the mountains for 5 hours and play
There's like
golf.
moose running around there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, moose, elk.
But these things would take Bash and drag him into the woods.
Buddy, they would. I'd let him.
Zins would be falling out of his pocket. Poor guy.
Well, listen, dude, I love the Zins. In fact, I got one in now, but I bought a can of those Rogues because you two had those damn things, and they are juicier, but they had a really good cinnamon flavor.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
I'm experimenting with the Rogue right now.
I just have
But-
cigars.
Yeah, we can't even see you because of the cigar smoke. Jonathan's smoking his cigar right now.
Can't even see them.
So moving to Tampa, though, I mean, you got Old Memorial. You got Calusa Pines around there somewhere. Or is that in Naples?
That's Naples.
That's Naples, yeah.
Keep going.
Sawgrass is a close drive.
Sawgrass. You're going to have a totally different type of golf now.
It's
Old Memorial's so good.
it's
I
the
told you,
opposite.
dude, it is so good.
It's the opposite from what I'm used to. Here you get no water. You get very little water. You have all the big trees, and then kind of once you get to Florida, there's water on every single hole. And
Yeah. And Gators
it's a
now.
hard style of golf.
That's not good, buddy. You better bring some extra balls, huh?
Yeah, maybe a few.
We'll get Peering to send you some.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy had
So-
a nightmare the guy had a nightmare coming from Calgary.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that, buddy? Because that is awesome.
The poor guy wore the same pair of underwear for 7 days.
Yeah, so flying down, I took the red-eye flight from Calgary to Toronto and got into Toronto, and my bags had both made it there and was good to go, and then land in Pittsburgh, and I'm in Pittsburgh for 4 days before we go to Ireland, and my golf clubs show up, which was probably more important than my clothes, but my clothes never showed up, and kind of waited at the airport, and Air Canada didn't have a single person working at the airport that day, so I had to leave and couldn't claim my bag, couldn't do nothing. So went back the next day, still nothing, couldn't get in line, couldn't find my bag. Eventually the third day, a guy told me that my bag was still in Toronto and the Air Canada in Pittsburgh was still waiting for bags from like a month earlier from Toronto. So I was like, oh no, this is brutal. So call Pap first, say, hey, I don't have any clothes. Can you do anything for me? And he's like, okay, we'll call Steve. Peering says, bring an empty carry-on. He's like, I got the rest. And showed up to the airport that day. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods to buy some underwear and socks and went to the airport with an empty bag, and Peering filled it right up and hooked me right up with all the clothes. And yeah, it was perfect. I mean, I didn't even have enough room to buy any clothes at the golf courses we went to because Steve gave me so many clothes.
And the fact that he got your size correct, too, that's impressive. And that he got it there on time. That's the most impressive part.
No, the most impressive part is that he got it there. I mean, this guy is known for, he's like the luggage carriers of Air Canada, bud. It's like, where is
He's
it?
nowhere to be found.
Let me tell you what. Let me call someone. Let me make sure. I don't know. So, hats off to Peering for dressing Haydn for his own.
Dude, every day I was Hayden's roommate in Ireland. First thing you hear up in the morning, you hear a rapper unwrap, and he's unwrapping a brand new cotton shirt.
I mean, the poor kid was working out in the same blue link-soled T-shirt
Yeah,
for
that was
4 days.
That was
I mean, it
tough.
was roasted, right? Because you can't wash clothes. They don't have washers in Ireland in these dang rooms.
Dude,
I mean,
washers, how about air conditioners?
they don't have that.
Or double beds.
How was it sleeping with Pep, though? Did he snore?
No, he didn't snore. I mean, I sleep talk, and I'm a deep sleeper, so it doesn't matter to me.
But
Cat was having a conversation about hitting one over the hill. The last night, he hit one over the hill. He was asleep. He's talking.
no, he wasn't.
No, he's good. Except for if the bus was at 8 in the morning, he was up at 6:30 waiting in the lobby by 7. An hour
Well,
before.
bud, can you at least tell people like that I was working too? Like I was not just. I worked a little bit.
You guys filmed one podcast, that was it.
Not for that.
Well, it's not like you did anything else.
Ooh, there it is. He was probably up on his laptop,
Clicking around,
clicking around.
ruffling
Yeah.
ruffling under the covers.
Doing nothing.
He probably told you what time he was going to be ready to leave. I'm
and
going
then
to
he
get up at
beats
this
that
time.
beats that by half hour.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
what does it affect any of you guys? If I want to go downstairs and sit and have a cup of coffee with Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, I'm going to do so.
It didn't. I mean, I think it's phenomenal that you have that ability to just do shit way earlier than ever.
I did. I pulled such a childish prank on our boy.
Oh my
last night.
God. You are a child.
And so I'm standing in the shower, and I look up, and I move the shower head. It wiggles a little bit, so I said, you know what, fuck it. I get out. I turn the shower head to the side. I said, hey, buddy, you getting a shower? He's like, yeah. And I said, well, you getting one now or what? And he's like, yeah, just relax, dude. So he goes in, and immediately he's like, you fucking child. Turns it on, just gets sprayed down.
Sprayed. Right in the
Still
face.
got the child games.
It was brutal.
Man. That was, I mean, we played a good bit in Ireland. I think we played a Port Rush together.
We played Port Rush together. We played RCD.
We played RCD, 3 of us.
And we played the island together. Private Kangaroo Island.
We did play the island together.
Yeah. We played 3 days together.
It was a blast.
My caddy at RCD
incredible.
said on 12 at par 5, I hammered driver 12 par 5 straight. It's dead straight. Hammered driver straight. It was downwind, wasn't it? Yeah, it was downwind.
We were downwind there.
I smoke it. Fleur gets up there with 3-wood, hits it like 5 feet off the ground, and he is 30 by me.
Oh, yeah.
He hits 3-wood pitching wedge, so it makes birdie. Left the putt short like he did everything else. We're on 14, and my caddy comes there and he says, lad, he says, what's that guy do? I said, he plays hockey. He said, I've never seen anything like that before. Like 3-wood pitching wedge on this par 5. Dude, I hit driver 6-iron.
Yeah, I mean, well, and it was straight downwind, and the ball bounces like 8 feet in the air once it hits the ground.
There's literally no benefit to hit driver there.
No.
Why not just hit 3-wood everywhere?
Especially Royal County down. Like, I thought you could have hit 4-iron around that course, too. Like, that cliff that we had to walk over on hole 9 when I almost killed the caddy, like, that's one of the coolest holes maybe in the world. Like, that was
9?
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had another incident with you on, day 1, right out of the gate, of course. We're on the range. You hit driver. Clearly says no metal woods. Guy comes out of his house.
About this.
Guy comes out of his house. You hear this, bing. Guy comes out of his house, blue shirt, looking down the range. I said, dude, you just hit his house. He said, no, I didn't. I said, you just hit driver? He said, yeah. And I said, where'd it go? He said, a little left. I said, you just hit his house. And the guy comes in and walks back in. I said, the big sign behind you says no metal woods.
You know, it was a long day.
Dude, that trip from top to bottom was incredible. The amount of Guinnesses that were drank, and it was just a blast. I mean, the Guinness, I never really had Guinness until that trip. I had one Guinness in my life leading into that.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I mean, I think, I was telling people when I got home, I said, Ireland's a place I'll go back any day. The people were so nice. The living is cheap. Like, the food we got is cheap, really good, but like cheap. I thought everything was, completely well ran. Our driver Sean was incredible, and maybe made the trip. And we had guys like Steve and IP thrown up in the bus just to keep the entertainment high for the boys.
So we're playing at the island. And this caddy, he reminds me of the fucking kid off of Roseanne, like that little son, that meatball, like bully. And he just starts out the gate. He is just riding Fleur. And at first, it's like, it's kind of funny banter, right? They're just kind of jawing back and forth. And then he says to Fleur wasn't hitting driver. And he says, you not hitting driver on this hole? And Fleur goes, nah, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, pussy.
No.
And then Fleur's like, is this guy really chirping me? He's like, I'm going to deck him. I'm going to deck this kid right now. I mean, the kid was like 18 years old.
Just giving it to him, and he couldn't do anything about it.
No. He's like, can you finally hit a shot? Can you hit a shot for once? Just nonstop chirping Fleur. And in Fleur, by hole number 15 at par 5, Fleur was like, he was gone. He was like, I'm out of this. I'm just.
He kind of lost me there. I mean, I like the banter on the golf course, and not from a guy I just met in Ireland. Like, I like bantering with the guys I'm playing with. I don't need to be getting rinsed by a caddy, but
rinsed by a caddy.
He got me the whole day. That guy, he took my lunch money. He owns me.
Well, it's one of those things too that like it's fine, like it's fine to a point, but dude, like let me fucking enjoy myself a little bit.
Well, yeah, especially when even if you're not playing that great or not, whatever. Like, but we don't need chirps from the fucking peanut.
Here's your
gallery,
10
okay?
euros. Beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal.
No, but I mean, yeah, it sucked. But all the rest of the caddies were good guys. I mean, Bash was promoting your guys' TikTok to our caddy at Port Rush. He loved TikTok.
He said, "What's your TikTok?" I said, "Honestly, I don't even know what it is, but I know we got."
I don't have it. I just know we have it.
I know we got one, but no, that was a blast. And then we had the dinner the one night. And we decided to make you and Trochi 2 captains for the last day of the Ryder Cup, and I was on Team Fleur.
Yeah,
it's a tough team to be on, bud. I'm here. I'm the representative for Team Trocheck,
and I feel like we didn't do anything to really get the troops wound up. I mean, we just kind of talked softly to each other.
Yeah, you know what? It was, I'm the captain of the team, and at the end of the day, we failed. I think I folded like a $5 soup from Walmart and kind of just bailed. Pep's been roasting me on the podcast ever since, and thinks I don't listen, but I do. And yeah.
So let's talk about that though. Let's talk about the key match.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
What everyone Peering's gonna beat Pep 5-4 plus 3,200. Who wants it? Blah blah blah. And Peering put up a good fight. I had to play my balls off coming down the stretch, but you and Trocheck had a match going. You were what, 2 up through 10 on him?
I was 2 up through 10. I made birdie on 10 to go 2 up. Yeah, followed that up with a shank off the tee on 11 and gave him that right back.
And so they are all square through 17, dude.
Yeah.
And Fleur hits a great one down the left-hand side.
Tough hole.
Troch duck hooks one. Fleur proceeds to tell me, after he's lost his glove 17 times this day, like literally this guy loses his golf glove on every hole. And he comes over, he's like, dude, I feel like I'm going to have diarrhea. Like, after he hit this tee shot, I'm like, holy hell, bud. Like,
I strike the tee.
Do you imagine how these guys are on tour? Like, that's the number one thing that I always ask people. Like, dude, imagine how good they are. 1-shot lead, British Open, and they're not even, like, thinking about it.
No.
Troch duck hooks one, punches out across the fairway, almost to the other shit. He probably had, like, 120 left. Fleur hits a great second shot to probably, like, 20 feet.
Wrong side of the
front
hole.
left pin.
Yeah.
And Troch hits his third to 12 feet. And
Troch's third bounced up the hill. And it's a miracle it didn't go in the bunker. If he was in the bunker, I'd won the match. It was done. And this thing bounces up the hill somehow to 10 feet. And I'll give him credit.
Troch comes over and he says, I'm going to make this. And I said, I love it. And Fleur puts it by like 5 feet. And he said, he's got that. I said, bud, my man just told me he was going to have diarrhea on 18th tee because he was so nervous.
Yeah,
He's not making this. So Vince makes it. Fleur pushes it. Low side. Troch wins the match, and he ends up practically winning. We won 2.5 out of the 3 possible points in our group.
Yeah.
There was a putter throw involved into the weeds. The bartender from 9 was dying laughing. She loved it.
I haven't used that putter since.
Probably should.
I mean, the guy plays on ice in front of thousands of people, and he limps it in on 18 because of nerves.
It's different. Golf's completely different. It's you. Like when I'm out there on the ice, it's not just me. I got other guys out there with me.
Yeah, you get other peppies out there running around, their heads off.
And you know what? Me and Peering, we had a great day. We had to go in there for a bit. We thought we were in Pep's kitchen the whole time. Steve made a 3 for 2 on a par 3 that we thought we were going to lose Pep on, but you know what? It was a great day. I think that was the match of the week, and it was a lot of fun.
See, that's the beauty of it all, man. We can all get out there. Nobody takes offense to anything being said. Well, and also, we make our own games.
Yeah, within the games.
Like, everybody, just fucking play golf, and your life would be great. And miserable at the same time, but great. But no, that was fun. I know I was a little sad we lost, but
Well, dude,
what it is.
real quick, I inquired about 2024 Ireland from the people that we took the trip with, and it's already booked.
So my uncle is going over there. He leaves tomorrow, and he plays 16 rounds in 11 days. And I told him, I said, you're going to need to bring a Theragun and a bucket of ice because you're going to need to have an ice bath every night because you will not be able to walk.
It's insane.
No.
I said, I don't know how you're going to do it, but like, have fun.
Dude, those trolleys, we got some of those damn trolleys, and I, for some reason, got the automatic one. Dude, that thing was such a mess to try to use on that course. That was on the island.
Yeah.
Thing was
Yes.
automatic. Hit the speed button. That thing runs away. It looks like R2-D2 out there. You can't even grab a hold of the damn thing. It's falling off the tee box. And then Deddy got one at Port Marnock. He thought he was Mr. Slick Rick. And by the fourth hole, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? I'm like, dude, I told you, they are the absolute worst.
Yeah, they are
So
the worst.
do not get an automatic trolley, as they call them, because they suck.
You're better off just carrying your bag, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you carry your bag?
I thought I took mine at the island.
but do I do
You might
anything that consists of work, like lifting a muscle?
You don't work out, hey, Pat.
No. That's all right.
But don't tell me what I do and I don't do. It's none of your guys' business.
I've seen your
I do
body.
sit up.
I've seen your body. You don't work out.
Skinny fat. Am I skinny fat? That's what church tells me. He said, "Bud, you're skinny fat."
Did you have the pleasure of shaving his neck?
He shaved my back the one night.
Oh, his back is gross.
I mean,
his back is gross.
the kid basically always wants to get that back neckline shaved up before he puts that collared shirt on.
Yeah.
He got some
Summer will
skinny-
be on it this Sunday before the concert because she's got to shave my neck a little bit, square it up. I got gray chest hairs coming in. I got ear hairs growing. That's nice. I mean, I'm a mess over here.
So
Already getting old, boys. I'm 36 years old, looking like I'm 50.
one thing, we had a weird instance in the lobby the second night in Ireland. We meet back up. We want to have a couple cold pops, and we're sitting there. It's me, you, Trochi, Pep. I think Bimmer came down. B-Cats and Muscles, they were asleep already. Everybody was asleep except us. We meet some locals.
Some local lads.
And apparently everyone thinks they're Conor McGregor because of what Conor McGregor did in Ireland. So what do? You box? You box? No, bud. Do I look like I box? No.
He fits in the boxing glove, bud.
I mean, no. Okay. How'd you get here? Jet ski.
He
What do you
wrecked his
mean?
boat.
Wrecked his thing. But I feel like, Fleurs, this guy kind of was coming on to you a little strong. I mean, at one point, we have a picture of this. I doubt we'll share it with anybody, but we have a picture of this guy getting really close to you.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a picture of you looking like you're in preschool sitting on Santa Claus' lap. Like, what? I think that I saw the look in your eye where you almost you kind of felt
He
something
was
there,
scared a little bit.
I
bud.
was a little scared. I mean, I had the big fisherman beside me, and then I had his friend trying to put a move on me from behind, and a little scary. I think you guys enjoyed it probably a lot more than I did, but
it was funny.
It was really uncomfortable, and I didn't know what to do with his 250-pound fisherman friend sitting right beside me that just crashed his boat, and he might have been looking for one. I don't know, but
He
his
bought
pickup
everybody
line
whiskey
was-
though, but the whiskeys
Yeah.
were flying.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and Jonathan refused to take one.
I refuse to take the whiskey, dude.
I said,
I'm
bud,
not doing this.
well, that's
Just take
after
it.
Troach and CJ almost got us kicked out of the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Forward too.
For putt-putting. No, it was that night, wasn't it? They were putt-putting in their
Yeah,
underwear.
you're right.
And I said the best one is I said, listen, I said, I've had enough. They came into our room. I said, I've had enough of you two. I said, here's what's going to happen. If I hit it closer to this, you got to leave. They're like, well, what if you don't? I said, you can stay for 5 more minutes. I hit it closer. I said, get the hell out. Like, but
yeah,
It was
it was a blast, dude. I mean, the food, like you said, the food was good. The Guinness game that you guys were all playing was hilarious to watch. The arguments, the 20s flying around for if you got to the above the Guinness and under the harp and all that shit. It was a blast. Then the putting contest at Royal County Down. Potentially, we're probably wanted in Ireland right now for even doing that. Was a blast. Dude, we were putting from right side of the green over to the chipping green, across the fairway, up to the chipping green, and through a bunker. I mean, it was 10 o'clock at night. We're putting, not a breath of wind, of course, at Royal County Down.
Yeah, you guys.
It was awesome.
What about we went to dinner and we come back and you know, for somebody like you that is a professional athlete, and you're around, you know, the who's who of the league all the time, and you don't get impressed by who you see, but like when you see somebody like Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Eric Church just hanging out in the lobby of the hotel that we're at, it is kind of like, holy shit, like they're as big as that gets. I mean, in their realms, and in
yeah, I mean, you find out they own the hotel, they show up on a helicopter, like that's some big time people there, and they own the hotel at St. Andrews too. Like obviously those two like to play golf if they're buying those two hotels. So you know what, if they ever need a fourth, I'm their guy.
Yeah, that you'd be a good fourth, bud. I mean, I feel like you in the wind are good because you hit a low ball.
I do keep it low, but sometimes the driver just don't cooperate, especially when I find I get better when I play courses like the second time. I'm not great at playing courses one time and just moving on to the next. I think, to me, that's what makes golf hard, is because it's a different course every single day. And I think it's something that when you're not comfortable and you can still play good golf, I think that's the sign of a really, really good golfer.
Yeah, no, you're right. And golf's great in that respect because, I can't go on a basketball court and play the basketball court like Michael Jordan or Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
But I could go to a golf course and play on the course that Tiger Woods, Jordan Spieth, some of these other cats won, and I think that's what makes golf so special in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
You think about like when we played at Royal County Down, they're talking about old Tom Morris. Two of the greens are still there. Like what?
Yep.
What the? That's the 1800s.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that insane, the history that is on a golf course? You literally feel like there's people walking around with wooden clubs and mashies and the feather balls and all that stuff because it's just like there's so much history there. Mm-hmm. And the caddies are part of that history because they've all been there since they were 18 years old.
Yeah. Even the clubhouse at Ardglass was from the 1600s or whatever it was from. Like, it was crazy.
So, that's it's neat. I want your opinion, Today kicks off the BMW Championship, FedEx Cup playoffs, and there was rumors circulating last week before St. Jude that Cam Smith is headed to LIV. Now, he comes off a win, wins the Open Championship, and gets paid $100 million or so to speak, to go. What's your opinion on this whole LIV movement?
I mean, I can definitely see both sides of it. I think, on one, like the guys that are staying on tour, I think it's obviously that's what you dream of as a kid growing up. You dream of playing on the PGA Tour and winning those tournaments, like Memorial or Genesis or like any of those, like, big tournaments, and then obviously the majors. But I think when you see guys like struggle, like that are in like the 110 to like 140 range in the FedEx Cup, like, I don't know what's stopping those guys from taking some guaranteed money to support their families and, make life a little less stressful. I think that's the two sides I see. I think I obviously see that, the top, other than Cam Smith, the top 15 players are still there for now. I think a lot of things are going to change after the FedEx Cup playoffs are done, and I think it'll look a lot different coming into next season. I think you could really see some, really big names not be playing on the PGA Tour,
which is wild to me. I mean, it's just like we were in a group text, us three, and it's like they came out the other day, the court came out the other day that they're really not getting paid. Like, let's just say Cam Smith $100 million. It's almost like a upfront $100 million, and then he chips away at that $100 million from his winnings in the events. Which, again, like what Tiger said, I kind of agree with Tiger said is like, what do you have to get up and practice for then?
Yeah.
Like what? You didn't even have to practice, dude. You got your money.
Yeah. I think it's just watering down the competition. And the one thing I don't like about it's 54 holes, I think. I mean, you can't even get world golf ranking points because you don't even have a 72-hole tournament. Like, I think at the end of the day, like, you still need to be able to compete and get the juices going. Like, you can't tell me that their juices, like, their competitive juices are showing up to a 54-hole tournament and just, basically they're just checking in and checking out. It's basically what they're doing, and they're making a lot of money doing it.
Yeah, I think they should figure out a way to commingle. I mean, I know the PGA Tour hates it, but it'll be interesting to see what Augusta says about the Masters in April.
I want to know Greg Norman's. He's had a hard-on for the PGA Tour. Dude, he tried this in 1994.
Since before I was born, he's had it out for the tour.
He has literally tried this since 1994, creating a tour, and he finally got the Saudis involved. But like, what, dude? What's your deal with the PGA Tour? I mean, they gave you a life that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, bud.
Yeah.
You're probably wrangling some snakes in Australia otherwise, eh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand it, I think. But I mean, in all kind of sports, competition is a good thing. I think they just need to find a way to, for this kind of venture to make golf a better game. And whether that's like a best on best once a year where everybody still gets to see the best players play, I think that would be something cool. Maybe like, I don't know, we can't only see the best players in the world in golf play 4 times a year at the majors if they're allowed. That would just suck.
Yeah, it would. But, and that's going to be the biggest question mark, biggest contingency right now on this whole damn thing. How are the majors going to react? I mean, the USGA already put that statement out this year, so will that be the case for next year? I don't know. But it's always interesting, though, to hear everyone's perspective. I've heard some people.
Augusta.
To me, I think Augusta is going to ban them.
I think if Augusta says no, I think the rest of them fall in line. And I mean, Augusta's the pinnacle of golf, and I think if they say no, that you're not coming, I think the rest of them are going to do the same.
That's all she wrote. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But Augusta, if they do say no, they're not going to make a big stink about it.
No,
they're just not going to invite them.
Yeah. They just won't get an invite.
Right? Because it's an invitation.
Yeah.
And they just won't get an invite. They're not going to come out and say, hey, unfortunately, we're not. I just don't see Augusta doing that.
No.
But that's the interesting thing about all the majors. They're all their own
governing bodies.
Exactly. The USGA, the PGA Championship, the RNA, and Augusta National. They can literally all get together and say, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to ban these guys. Or I said this on the trip, which it's kind of dumb, but whatever. Another thing is you blackball these players from TV coverage.
Yeah.
Just don't show them.
But then if the guy's leading on Sunday, I mean, you still want to see him.
It's going to be a fucking quiet Sunday, bud, on TV.
But, I mean, it sucks because, like, these guys are, like, DJ used to be the number 1 player in the world. Phil is obviously Phil, and,
dude,
you love watching him play. And now you have to go on YouTube and watch these guys play golf. It kind of sucks.
I enjoyed Phil up until this bullshit. Like, bud, you're a dweeb. Like, now you're going to sue you don't even want to be on the PGA Tour. Now you're going to sue him because, like, what are we doing here?
Did you see he's like 40 over par since he signed his contract?
Yeah, because he's got nothing
40
to play
over in
for.
Ireland through 6 days, so I understand what he's going through.
I mean, he just had to get out of that debt a little bit. And
you didn't sign a $200 million deal to go to Ireland, though.
But that's the thing. Phil was like the operator for the PGA. He was the middleman. He had all the relationships on the PGA Tour. He got these guys to go over there. I mean, you see the text messages of Sergio and Greg Norman the other day. I mean, there's just still so much stuff that's unclear about the LIV, and it's very interesting to see. And again, I wouldn't be surprised one day it comes down to the LIV players versus the PGA Tour players, and another cup involved. I know there was rumors about a President's Cup instead of not Europe. It's international. Now you still have USA players playing USA players. It's just it's a cluster right now.
Yeah, it's a mess, and I think it's just like golf's in like a weird spot right now. Like this week the FedEx Cup playoffs start, and like you're missing some of the biggest names, like guys that are, should be right there, and it's weird turning the TV on, and sometimes you don't really know many guys playing. It's a lot different.
The guy that won the Wyndham Championship, Apparently he's American, because I was listening to his interview, and I'm thinking I'm going to have a hard time understanding what he's saying before Amanda Balionis starts interviewing him.
He's crazy.
And this cat spoke clearer English than me.
Yeah.
I mean, I could not believe that. Out of the blue. I'm like, this guy's, where's the translator? Oh.
I couldn't believe it. I was watching Golf Channel the night before the final round, and I turned it on. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Well, he made, a quad in the first hole of this event, and he wins the event.
Played the last 71 holes at 24 under.
Now that you're in better weather situations, other than, Seattle's not really that great, but Raleigh was all right for you. But now you're in Tampa. You're going to have sunshine, warm weather in December, right in the midst of the NHL season. How are you going to cope with that golf game?
I'm trying to get to the spot where I don't need to play a lot to play good. But I've also heard Tampa has a lot of guys on their team that can really hit the golf ball. So
they said Killorn's the stick.
I'll go in there with my .9 index and just get smoked probably, but whatever. It's a good time, and
that'll make you better.
Yeah, it'll make me better. I've heard a lot of good things about the guys on the team, and a lot of guys like to golf, and it's perfect.
Buckle up, baby. Old Mo, here he comes.
Yeah, we got you that connect there. The cat I played with at Pikewood's a member there, so there you go.
No, I'm excited.
All right, well, listen, man, it's always pleasure talking to you, and I think now we're just going to take this bad boy into our tap-in segment.
Sounds good.
Mr. Peppy, your roommate's going to ask you some questions. Brought to you by Bettinardi Golf. Take it away, Peps.
Tap-in segment. All right, first one. Dream foursome for you. Can be alive, gone, sitting in front of you, whatever.
Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, JT.
Ooh, goody.
Favorite pair of Jordans that you own?
The new Fragment Travis Scott Lows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good, bud. All right, and your on-course drink, if you're partaking in that?
Transfusion, preferably a slushie.
Okay, we're gonna transition to a hockey question because we haven't asked that much. But favorite and loudest arena to play in?
I think they're different. I think my favorite rink to play in is loudest is Vegas,
Tampa,
and my favorite rink to play in is the Bell Center in Montreal.
Montreal.
It's crazy that the song they come out to, Coldplay, "Fix You," is. You wouldn't think it's a cool coming out song, but it's crazy. It gives me chills every time, and it's a really cool place to play.
And your brother Cal played there, and now he's in Seattle. So got the Cal Haydn brother duo in the NHL, which is really cool. So I know you got a special weekend this weekend, so congratulations to you and Jade. I mean, it's already you guys are already married, but you're having a party. Celebration of it, and Wolf will be there tying one on the milk side, and
Wolf,
congrats.
Yeah, no, thank you guys very much. It's good to finally get on the pod. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's good to get you on there, bud. We got some great content of you from Ireland, so just be on the lookout for that, bud.
Terrific.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well,
my man, thank you, dude.
No worries,
appreciate
boys.
it. Keep chasing.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Thank you.
You know, one thing about Haydn is the guy's always cheesing. He's got
that
that big smile. Him and Ian can compete for, best smile.
The story about the guy rubbing his shoulder, his face, bud. He looked like he was so scared.
I mean, I thought it was going to happen. We got to get Haydn out of here, man. A sweet little hotel in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man.
But it was awesome to have Haydn on. He's so funny, dude. Like you said, he just smiles the whole time, and he's hilarious. And he hits the ball a long way, and he's good looking, and he's got it all, dude. So.
You know, I love these Zin pouches. Daddy loves the Zin pouches.
Yep.
And
I think
for
you all
listeners out there, Zin pouches are these nicotine pouches, but they're actually supposed to help people stop with nicotine, but sometimes they help people
reverse.
Yeah, the little reverse. So Chochi and Haydn have these Rogues, which are these juicy little packets, and they're just so good. So thank you, Haydn, for opening my eyes to that world of Rogue. Got a can right here, sitting here, but
you were ripping through them
like
Sunday
candy.
night, Monday.
Like candy.
I'll tell you what, dude. I have to say, well, first off, thank you to Nemacolin for putting the show on.
Big
with us.
thank you.
It was incredible. Go check them out on nemacolin.com. I know the boys. Everyone was so excited to be here for it. But I don't know how country artists do this shit. Like, get after it Sunday night, wake up Monday, like everything's fine, but not
really.
Fine.
Nothing's
right.
fine.
There's nothing fine. And then just tie one on for the rest of the day and then back at it.
Yeah, it's a different world, man. And I mean, having that event at Nemacolin
with Holderness and Bourne
Dude.
involved, the pieces that Holderness and Bourne gave, everybody loved. It was awesome.
So we hope you people out there who were able to make it up here for those dates enjoyed yourselves. And, you know, for those of you that weren't able to make it, keep your eyes peeled for 2023.
And make sure you go over to chasinbirdies.com for the swag, hats. A lot of this will be up there that you'll see in photos. We appreciate your support. It helps a lot.
Buddy, I appreciate you. You, my man, I got to thank you because you did a lot of the work, the legwork on getting the Songwriters Festival going at Nemacolin, the coordinating with the clothes, coordinating with the artists, getting their transportation set up. But I mean, you are a professional assistant, so thank you. I'm just kidding, but seriously, thank you.
Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. Just organized, right? So again, chasinbirdies.com. Check it out. Tell your friends. Like, listen, subscribe. We appreciate all the support. Let's keep it rolling. We like to see people succeed and be happy for others. We want you to be happy. We want to be happy. Let's help each other out a little bit.
Yeah, keep listening. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for tuning in here on Chasing Birdies. Stay tuned for the next drop. Thank you to Evo at Simpler Media for all your help. And thank you to our social media team, Jacqueline and Rachel, for doing what y'all do. You make us look good, and we are just trying to get the vibe going on TikTok. Y'all have a good weekend now. Keep chasing.